Okay. Alright, stream is up. And now just to give time for people to actually find their way here, which is most likely going to take a bit. Is that any better? I was simply not speaking at the time. Alright. Thank you, Bob. Alright. So we've got... Double check what teams we've actually got. Mel, you're the big P, aren't you? I can never quite remember. So far I know of 3 teams. I haven't seen anything mentioned from any of the others yet. So if anyone that's obviously aware can just let me know what teams are actually in there, that would be really useful. Cheers. Aha, Team Nacho. Thank you. Nacho Libre. We'll assume Team yeah, Easy Being Wheezy is here. Are here. I'll give a few more minutes until 6 o'clock just to make sure anyone that's not yet found the stream. Give me a chance to get a drink. Alright, no rush, Liam. If you can just let us know when they're here. If no one else says anything after that, then once you're ready, we'll get started. Just so everyone knows, it's a nice standard format, 4 rounds of 10. I might chuck in the occasional bonus point, but for the most part, it'll just be standard 10-point rounds. If someone does something especially noteworthy, perhaps. You should be sorry, Liam. We completely blame you. How's everyone been, though? Are they enjoying the weather? Your apology is accepted, Liam. All is forgiven.
Yeah. All right.
The weird moment when I hear voices.
And they can hear you and talk to you. You don't need to work out what team you're on. Okay. Then you go and join the team room.
Oh, hello, Georgie.
You request things. Okay. Turn down on you. Yeah.
You there?
Hello?
Hello. Right, have you got... are you on your own, or...?
Yeah.
Lovely. Right. In that case, Bub, if I could ask a favour, either do you and Ellie want to go on your own, or do you want to team up with Georgie? Or Georgie can go with Alex and Nikki.
So Georgie with Alex and Nikki.
I'll go in with Alex and Nikki.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fingers crossed my little tech fairy is about to sort everything now. Yeah. Bub, I hope you are aware that I do not know how to drag people from different chats, so if you could kindly take care of the behind the scenes stuff, that would solve me several issues. Oh yes, that does mean we have a team Wellingtons as well. Lovely. Right, so we have our drinking team has a quiz problem. We have 17 points in the dream. We have Team Nacho. We have Team Wellingtons. We have the Big P, and I haven't heard anything from them, but I'm assuming it ain't easy. Hang on. Wheezy has sent a message. Wheezy is here. Lovely. That means we have a whopping 6 teams. Which, lovely. This means more numbers for me to count. Oh joy. Right. If that is the case, I hope everyone's ready to get started. It is 2 minutes past 6. The galactic quiz of everything in the known universe. Ready to begin. Round 1. The end is nigh. Or not. Written with the anticipation of some easing of the quarantines, of course. Your general knowledge is a bit themed, so the end of things, the beginning of things, some things that refuse to end, despite how much I kind of wish they'd stop. Right, question 1. Yes, Liam, round 1. Bluey, the world's oldest ever dog, was how old when he died? Don't worry too much about asking for questions to be repeated, they'll all stay on the screen. But yes, Bluey, the world's oldest ever dog, was how old when he died? Question 2. Which infamous Russian prophesied the world ending in storm and fire on the 23rd of August 2013? Which infamous Russian prophesied the world ending in storm and fire on the 23rd of August 2013? Question 3. The French astrologer Nostradamus made 942 predictions of the future, and all but one of them was written as what type of rhyming poem? The French astrologer Nostradamus made 942 predictions of the future. All but one were written as what type of rhyming poetry? It's an interesting fact of that one that wasn't was the same type of poetry, but it simply did not rhyme. Honestly, you must have been having an off day. I have started, Mel. Can you hear it or not? I hope you're on the right one, of course. Momentarily, just make sure. Okay, don't worry too much if you've missed the beginning. All of the questions are going to stay on the screen until we move on to the answer round. No worries, I'll give you an extra couple of minutes now. Just want to take a moment to discuss those. Yes, my round featuring the Enders Nigh as a theme was perhaps a little premature given how little the restrictions actually eased. Although that is probably for the best given that hundreds of people are still dying on a daily basis. Okay, I'll move on to the fourth question. Don't worry too much, Mel. They'll still have some time at the end just to go back and review everything. Alright, so question 4. When the sun exhausts its supply of hydrogen, it expands to 250 times its current size. What type of star will it be? When the sun exhausts its supply of hydrogen, it expands to 250 times its current size, therefore moving on to the next stage of its development as a star. What type of star will it be? Question 5. What is the world's longest running television drama? What is the world's longest running television drama? You also almost got a question asking who was the long actor to play the same role for the longest. However, it did tie in, and it was honestly a bit too much of that program for my liking. Of course, if you enjoy that program, there's totally nothing wrong with that. I simply do not share your tastes. It is on television, as in a continuously ongoing program. It is not specific. Liam, I hate to point out, but a TV series can be a drama. They are not mutually exclusive. I therefore do not quite understand your question. You can keep repeating the word specific, however, that does not help. I'm asking for the program itself, not a genre. I had to specify that it was a drama because the answer does change. Section, it's a television show that features fictional characters as opposed to a news program, for example, which was the longest running television program. So fiction, drama, stories, loud explosions and people screaming about pulling hair and whose baby is whose. That kind of drama. I shall give us another minute for Liam just to absorb that. Never mind. Right, question 6. What do Vito Corleone, Morpheus, and Han Solo all have in common? What do Vito Corleone, Morpheus, and Han Solo all have in common? This question might require a bit of thought, just a bit of lateral thinking. Anyone that does get this, I will be genuinely impressed. Also, anyone that can deliver a bottle of Jack Daniels to my house, you get 20 points instantly because I've drunk the house dry at this stage. Okay, question 7. Roughly how many people worldwide did the Black Death kill? Now, I will accept two formats of answers. Either you can give me the rough numbers, or the actual percentage of the world population that it killed. Either one, we'll find out how accurate you were at the time. I have given you some leeway. However, in the interest of not spoiling it, I'm not going to tell you what that leeway is until we get to the answer. The Black Death. It was. There was, as far as I'm aware, I mean, it's not either of those, Bob. So, and specifically, this one was in the 1300s, is the one that's mainly known as the only one that's actually referred to as the Black Death. There were several plagues, but there was only one, the Black Death, to the best of my knowledge. Bubonic plague was actually just the type of disease that was actually causing it all, but known as the Black Death. Okay, give me another minute on that. Just as another form, I am still in the Quiz Hub voice chat on Discord, so if anyone wants to ask me a person via that, ask me a question via that instead of the text channel, just so I can explain it with words. It is an option. Either that, or you can just stream bomb me by yelling random things. Okay, question 8. As of 2017, what's the last word in the Oxford English Dictionary? Okay.
Penguins.
Question 8. Continue. You can shout your abuse there if you prefer, Liam. However, the internet cannot hear you scream. Yes, so as of 2017, what is the last word in the Oxford English Dictionary? Like I said, the most up-to-date reference I can find to it changing officially was 2017. If it has changed in the interceding years and someone can prove that, well, firstly, I'd ask why you're reading a dictionary that fervently. However, each to their own. And just as a general hint here, because I feel like it must be said, it's not a continuous string of the letter Z indicating snoring. That is not the answer, just as a gentle poke. Right, question 9. Where is the most northern point in the British Isles? The most northern point in the British Isles. And specifically, the British Isles. Also, I was not joking about that 20 bonus points if anyone can bring me whiskey. Right. And question 10. In what year is the world next predicted to end? In what year is the world next predicted to end? Okay, I'm going to run through all those questions again quickly. If anyone needs more time after that, if you can just let me know in the chat quickly. Otherwise, we'll move on to the answers. According to the next listed answer, essentially, I can't tell you specifically according to who the world is going predicted to end, Liam, because actually that wouldn't actually help. I believe her name is Jean Dixon. Anyway, question 1. Bluey, the world's oldest ever dog, was how old when he died? Question 2. Which infamous Russian prophesied the world ending in storm and fire on the 23rd of August 2013? Question 3. The French astrologer Nostradamus made 942 predictions of the future. All but one were written as what type of rhyming poetry? Question 4. When the sun exhausts its supply of hydrogen and expands to 250 times its current size, what type of star will it be? Question 5. What is the world's longest running television drama? Question 6. What do Vito Corleone, Morpheus, and Han Solo all have in common? Question 7. Roughly how many people worldwide did the Black Death kill? Actually, just to go back to question 6, because I know it is reasonably tricky, remember the theme of the rounds is the end is nigh. That is actually a really big hint once you know the answer. So the end is nigh is your big hint. Question 8. As of 2017, what is the last word in the Oxford English Dictionary? Question 9. Where is the most northern point in the British Isles? And question 10. In what year is the world next predicted to end? Right, let me just double check I've got answers from everyone. So team 1's in. Team 2. Waiting on Nat and Stu. Oh, no, never mind. They've put answers in. Got them from Bub. Ain't Easy Being Wheezy. And the Big P. Right. Everyone has their answers in, unless I'm very much mistaken. In which case, quickly scream at me now before I move us on. No one's typing. I shall assume we are ready. Right. The answers for round 1. So, the world's oldest dog, Bluey, was 29 years old when he died. He was born a little pup in 1910 and he lasted all the way out to 1939. Like I said, if, as it says on the screen, 28 or 30, I will accept, because honestly, if you got that close, you deserve the points. Because let's face it, if you have a dog that lives that long, you deserve the point. Good boys. Question 2. Grigory Rasputin, the mad monk who refused to die because he was a stubborn bastard who was apparently magic. I will accept, of course, just Rasputin. If you put the mad monk, I'll accept that as well, although I don't think anyone has. Right. Question 3. They were quatrains. They were 4-line poems. Not much to say about that, I'm afraid. I don't know much about poetry. That is simply the answer that was to the question. A red giant. Yes, the star will eventually get big. Yes, it expands and cool down to the point of a red giant and swallow the earth. At that point, however, we are all predicted to be dead, so I would not worry about being incorporated into the sun anytime soon. It's not going to bother us too much at that point in a few billion years. Question 5. Coronation Street. It's lasted that long for, God, I did look it up and now I have forgotten. Decades, like half a century. It's a long time. Ken Barlow was going to be, no, the actor that plays Ken Barlow was going to be the additional question based on who's played the same role for the longest time. But 2 Coronation Street themed questions seems cruel on Liam because the poor soul doesn't know much. And I didn't think Coronation Street was going to be his area of expertise. Question 6. Apocalypse Now, the film, starring Marlon Brando, Lawrence Fishburne, and Harrison Ford, amongst many others, all very talented actors. But yes, it was it was the Avengers of its time. Very star-studded cast. Question 7. So, literally, if you gave any number in between 75 million and 200 million, or 21 to 26% of the global population at the time, you can have the point. It was no one's really accurate on it because, in the 1300s, there weren't the most accurate measures of what actually happened. It was a rough time to be alive all around. Right, question 8. Yeah, Ziziva. Added in 2017, it is a type of beetle. I honestly have no idea what kind of shit Oxford Dictionary were trying to pull with that one. And certainly I don't know who named the fucker. But you know what? You made it into the dictionary. That's an achievement I don't think most of us are going to ever make. So, hats off to the Ziziva. Question 9. The furthest north point in the British Isles. Shetland Islands. Like I said, I will give you a bonus point if you name the specific island, which was Outstack or Ooster Islands. Also known as the full stop at the end of the British Isles. However, Shetland Islands is more than fine. So, I'd be genuinely impressed if anyone actually put Outstack. And last but not least, potentially, it could very well be last, the year that is next predicted for the apocalypse is, of course, this year. Shocking, I know, based on everything that's happened. Really, I never would have seen it coming. But yes, this year, 2020, according to the American psychic Gene Dixon, who previously predicted another year for the apocalypse that proved false when it didn't happen. I know that's an outlandish claim, but I'm afraid I don't think psychics are truly real. Right. If you can all tally up your scores, and I shall comb through the answers. Right. Yes, if you answer in gifts, you get an honorary point, where I won't count it for the final scores, but, you made me smile. Oh, Liam, I am sorry. Fucking damn, someone got the poetry question right. No, it's not shame on you, Mel. To be fair, it was a rather obscure round in several areas. I did try and include a few obvious ones, but in hindsight, perhaps they were not as obvious as I hoped. Okay, is everyone's scores in for round 1? Fuck off, Bob. No one needs your negativity here. Right, moving on to round two. And because everyone loved them so much last time, and I am unoriginal in the extreme. Synonym rolls! I just wanted to put curious names. It's the same theme as the last time I did it, where it's however, it's not just movies. It's this time. It's all various sorts of entertainment. I have used the thesaurus to exchange the wording of the titles or famous books, songs, movies, is with similar words. I do hope you are all capable of working some of these out. Right, so question one. Craving diversion. Craving diversion. Is it the concept of the round you're not? So the category essentially, Mel, is I've taken the names of various movies, books, etc., and I've used the thesaurus to replace the words with the wording in the title with words that have the same meaning, but obviously different. The goal is to work out what what the original title was. Uh, so an example from the last time we played, it's basically all books and films. So an example from the last round we did when we did this was sultry lint was hot fuzz. Does that clear things up a bit? I hope so, otherwise this is going to be a really terrible round. It's the same as last time. Yeah. So work out what the original title was. It's just that instead of just movies, there are also a few books in there as well. I feel like me trying to explain this has made it worse because I didn't explain it last time and everyone understood. So I apologise. I am clearly not good word. Okay, is there anyone that's still confused before we move on? If not, I shall bring up the next question. Like I said, they're all going to stay on the screen, so you can always go back to whichever one you need to. Question 2. Dearie, I dwindled the juveniles. Dearie, I dwindled the juveniles. A key point to remember is that even if I have exchanged the word, I have kept the exact format of the actual title, which in itself may give you the hint. No, they're not words that sound alike. Synonyms are words that have the same meaning. So, wet and damp or soaked. I wish I didn't choose that. Um, hot, burning. There you go. You're on the right track. There we go. Thank you, Ellie. That's a far better example than me muttering incoherently. Right. Question 3. Withdraw to the inevitable. Withdraw to the inevitable. The joy of this round is that if anyone hates me for it, I can just blame a thesaurus because they were written by someone else. I've just taken their wording and intent. So withdraw to the inevitable. Question 4. The absurds. The absurds. The absurds. I don't know why I'm saying it. Okay. There we go. I'm taking it Liam understands now based on the fact that he's answering questions. All is right. If you don't get your 17 points, I'm going to feel quite sad. Right. Question 5. Lousy lads. Love you too, Liam. Like I said, if you don't get your 17 points, I'm going to be disappointed. If you can get more than 17 points, I'm also going to be disappointed because it's a target. Right. Question 6. Today you clock me. Today you clock me. It's important you think broadly about these because bearing in mind that many words have multiple meanings and thus they open up different avenues for what words I can use to stand in for. Alright. Question 7. The Knights of Jeopardy. Jeopardy. No, Jeopardy. It has to be Jeopardy. The Knights of Jeopardy. I do question my own pronunciation sometimes. Being stuck with your own voices. Confusing. Alright. Alright. Question 8. Legitimately fair. Legitimately fair. Remember, I have kept the format of the original film, which should be a nice little hint once you start substituting some words in. If not, I think one of the original ones I did was quite recognisably Star Wars and Empire. No, Star Wars: A New Hope, because I kept the exact format. And once you so words hard, so leave me be. Right. Question 9. Location dilemma. Location dilemma. Location dilemma. Question 10. System, bitches. I had to. I always try and keep question 10 as funny as I can. Just as hints for all of them, but I haven't chosen obscure films. They are all, some of them are actually properly classics. But they are all widely known. I hope. If they're not, I'm going to look quite silly, and the point score is going to look quite low. However, that will be on me. Truly, it's me, not you situation. Right. Give you all of another few minutes just to make sure everyone's got their answers in. I'll give you all one more minute then, and unless everyone agrees they want more time. Some of these suggestions are quite amusing, actually. Some of them do not reflect very well on me, to be fair. But however, it will become clear briefly. So I've got answers from the Big P. It ain't easy being wheezy. Wellies are typing. So I need answers from that. Liam. Nope. There's Liam. I'm assuming Liam's got his answers in then, but although, yeah. And team one. So, oh, Bob, that's not a very nice thing to say. Also, it will become much more obvious in a moment. Right, I think that is everyone. It is not deserved. You were the only one here pre-warned of the theme. Don't give me that shit. Alright, everyone's answers are in, I think. Like I said, scream if I've missed you. Let's just move forwards with the answers for round two. So, number one, craving diversion was Hunger Games. Yeah. Craving, hunger, diversion, play, game. Yeah. I mean, there's not much explanation I can really give for this round. It's words that mean the same as other words. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I think pretty much everyone got that, fortunately. Right, question 3. Back to the Future. Honestly, it was worse, the first draft of this quiz. I think it was... Oh god, what word did I use? Essentially, it was quite obscure. I changed it back to... So it was significantly more obvious. Right, question 4. The Incredibles. I appear to have stoked Mel's righteous anger. You make a convincing argument. However, if you all get a point, it's the same as not giving any of you a point. A twit and an absurd are not the same thing. I'm sorry to say. A twit is just an idiot. Being absurd is obviously beyond the normal. They might be in the book, but in the thesaurus, those words do not have the same meaning. Which unfortunately is the only criteria. Criteria, what am I saying? Like, question 5. Assuming we are clear on that. Mel, what did you guys actually put for question 1? Given that you didn't put any answer, I can't really argue that you were close. Yeah. Alright, question 5. Bad Boys. Could have been Bad Boys 2. Could have been Bad Boys for Life. However, it's Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. And yes, it's just excellent. Question 6. Now You See Me. Question 7. The Dukes of Hazzard. Lazy Boy might also be a film. However, lazy and lousy do not mean the same thing, Liam. Question 8. Legally Blonde. Interesting fact that I didn't know, it's blonde without an E for a male and blonde with an E for a woman. Now you know. I'm obviously not concerned about how you've spelt it in this specific regard for the question, of course. If you put Legally Blonde in any spelling, I will accept it. Right, question 9. Space Jam. Yeah, that was perhaps a bit obscure in the wording I chose. However, trying to find words that don't instantly come clear as Space Jam was not easy. Question 10. Reservoir Dogs. Someone put Little Women for this, and I would like to be clear, I would not put bitches and women as meaning the same thing in an official quiz. Alright. If everyone can tally up their scores, any questions at all, if you can just either pop them in the Quiz Hub channel or jump in the Quiz Hub channel and ask me in person. No, not Tank Girl. I'm afraid not. You could have put Tank Dog and you'd have been significantly closer than you've been on some other ones, Liam. Did everyone assume I used bitches as another word for women? Guys, that is demeaning, and at heart, I am truly a feminist. I don't feel like you reflecting that, honestly. Right, let's get scores tallied up. Well, the average scores for that round were significantly higher than they were for the last round, which makes me feel significantly better about that. Oh boy, I can see messages. Liam, it's not cyberbullying, it's just stating facts. What was 7? Dukes has. I can see the train of thought you took there for it, Nat. Unfortunately, however, I did not mistake Templar and Temple. Liam, to answer your question, because I'm talking to myself and I'm rambling, and deep down, I just want to insult you. Yes, and Alex raises a very valid point as well. Right. Right, so just to clarify then, tell you what, Nat, I will give you guys half a point for Temple of Doom, because I can see how you've got there from what I've put. Um, well, yeah, we'll give it a 10-minute break just for everyone to go to the toilet and top up drinks and such, and resume at 7. I am obviously in the quiz hub section, and anyone that wants to scream unfair, well, you have gained half a point, Nat, so that is a very productive conversation. Yes, I know it, Nikki. I took that bottle back, like, what was it, like a year and a bit ago now? I have scavenged every last drop, like, bottle of whiskey I had hidden in every single place. Like, the only ones that are left now are ones I apparently don't know about. It's truly a sad time. On the bright side, however, if I ever wanted to do that thing where I just put candles in bottles and use them to decorate, I could do a very large space. It would probably look quite good as well. There you go. Quarantine hobby time. Hello, hello. You are on stream.
Hello.
How are you guys finding it so far?
It's challenging.
Hello. You are on stream.
Hello.
How are you guys finding it so far? Oh god, that is a bit of a lag, isn't it? I'm talking to myself now.
Yep. It is a little bit. No, it's challenging, but it's good.
I was gonna say I'm glad that the synonym round wasn't as easy as it was last time. Just because I think last time it was a bit of a not wipe, a clean slate for quite a few teams. Games, but then some of them were obscure. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we struggled a bit with System, and we struggled a bit with Craving Diversion.
Yeah.
Maybe next time the first one should be really obvious to help people understand what the round is.
I don't know what I did because last time no one needed explanation, and then this time I spoke and it went wrong, and I feel like that sums things up in my life quite well.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh
god. Right.
But yeah, so far so good.
Thank God for that. Right.
Yeah.
So moving on then. All right.
Okay.
Have fun. Hello, hello.
Hello. Oh wait, you both joined at the same time. Heck, that was confusing.
How are you finding it?
Shut up, I don't want to talk to you anymore, Callum.
Is it about the bullying? I feel like it's about the bullying.
It's partly about the bullying. Only partly. I'm definitely getting picked on, and it's not fun.
If I told you, you're not last.
I feel slightly better, but I'm still upset about the bullying.
Well, I'm lying, but...
Oh.
Okay, right. I'm gonna head out then.
Don't get my hopes up like that! Fucking hell!
Yeah, you boosted my ego for a slight second. This is bullying!
We're just gonna ace that round.
Eva, if you'd like to move to a different team, I will accept this.
I am considering it. If
I've
there's
been
a team out there that wants to adopt me,
you haven't answered anything.
Oh.
That's true.
Oh.
No. Let me check. I did something.
This is a one-man team right now.
I got the Incredibles and
bullshit, did you get that? No.
I did. I said it before you said it at least.
I don't want to give your exact score out because that would be unfair. However, if she got one of them right, that is a considerable percentage of your right answers.
No, I got Red Giant.
Okay,
and
so
I said the dog was 30 years old. Liam?
Huh?
I said the dog was 30 years old. And you're like, nah, fam.
That means
I was not like, nah. You was just like, yeah, like around 30. So like, I'll just put 34.
So in other words, if you'd listened to her more, you'd have had more correct points.
Alright, let's see. I'll just let Eva do the next round then. Let's see how much less we score. I'm not going to say anything.
I mean, oh god. To be fair, the next rounds are pictures and numbers.
Ah.
Remember, this should be a strong suit for you, Liam. It's like a children's book.
You think I looked at children's books? I had picture books read to me. I don't know.
Oh, God. They just
explained the pictures.
God.
Oh, God.
Don't worry though. Hopefully, you guys are going to pick up a few points in the next few rounds. They are ones that Liam should have some knowledge on.
Oh yeah, but Liam's not gonna participate in
Knowledgeable.
the next round. It's just gonna
Yep.
be me, buddy.
See what you've done, Eva? This is what you did. You
I'm
caused
okay
this.
with it. I think it's great, honestly.
Hmm.
Oh god, right. Have fun, guys. Oh, I thought you meant to have someone else
Bye.
joining you as well.
Yeah,
Leave,
she did.
goddammit. Leave. Leave.
Bye.
It's awkward now. It's like when you say goodbye and you walk around the same.
Oh god. I torment him because I love him deeply. Also, I need friends. Alright. If everyone can just post something in the chat once they've, everyone's back and ready. Oof. Alex is ready for war. Actually, he's got a bit of a war on. I don't want to say exact scores, but currently first place is only divided by 1.5 points. I think. Oh crap! It's just the big P I'm waiting on then. Ah yes, anyone who doesn't think Terminator 2 is the best Terminator is clearly wrong. I don't know why I'm waiting to start this one actually, because it's a picture round, so I could have literally just left you all sat with it. Right, anyway, round 3. On your bike. Yeah, just name the type of transport and what it's from. If you can explain the acronyms on some of them, I will give you a bonus point. Yeah, if you spell out the acronyms on any of them correctly, I will give you the bonus points. Oof, Eva's off to a good start, Liam. She clearly does not need you. I retract my previous statement. I'm going to choose to believe Eva because it's funnier for me. Liam, if it's taking you that long to realise, then I'm afraid there's not much hope. honey. Oh god. I feel bad for always commenting on Liam and such, but the problem is I don't know why, but it's only his answers that really are, because they post their answers individually instead of in one block. I'm always getting the notifications of theirs pop up on my screen, which means I'm getting a constant feed of the, woes and ill tidings. I don't know what YW is meant to mean. Also, question 5, if you can name the specific series, or sub-series, I should say, of the program, that is another bonus point in there for you. Which makes it, I think, a total of 3 bonus points in this question. So for Liam's benefit, that's a total of points you can earn of 13 points this round. Oh, you're okay. That was an obvious one. I feel really old, I guess. Oh, Eva, how did you not? Oh, no, I need to be quiet. I can't tell you either. Firstly, because I'm broadcasting to everyone, and secondly, because it would be cheating to tell you the answer.
Tell me.
I cannot tell you the answer.
You can tell me. You can just whisper.
Whisper to the internet.
You can write it in our thingy. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I will give you the answer in approximately 5 minutes. At the same time, I give the answer to everyone else, just to clarify. What did everyone have for dinner? Or have you not had dinner yet? I had one of those Goodfellas oven pizzas. Oh, they're so good. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Liam, you're probably right. But you know what? Why don't you take the chance? Why don't you tell me what you had for dinner? See? Was that so hard? How am I meant to bully you for having a barbecue? Well, I'd ask if you had some proper sausage, but I already know you had those little cocktail weenies. So there's not much I can really talk to you about barbecue, I'm afraid. You did ask. There is specific evidence proving that you did ask me to try and bully for you for that. So there are 3 bonus points. The answers to questions 2 and 3 are acronyms. So if you can actually tell me what those acronyms are, like the words that form them, there's a bonus point for each. And question 5, there are specific sub-series of the program. And if you can name the correct, like the full title of the sub-series, there's another bonus point there. Alright. 1 minute left. Let me just see how everyone's doing. Oh. Right, I think I've got 4 teams' answers in. Just waiting on Bub and that, I think. I'm pleased. Generally speaking, everyone's going quite well. Doing quite well. Don't worry, Mel. If you're adding stuff to your answers and such, you're the ones marking them yourselves. You know what you've put as the answer for which one. I'm not too worried. If anyone cheats, then just know that we're disappointed in you deeply. Alright, so that's 2. I think there's just one more answer to come. Oh, one more team's answers to come. Oh, some of the answers to this do make me laugh. Right, that is the last team's answers in. Right. Anyone scream quickly if you haven't got your team's answers in. I've just made a mistake. However, we are moving on to the answers now for round 3. The round 3 answers. So, number 1. Kind of wish I'd put the pictures in this screen as well. Justice for Brum. What the fuck are you on about justice for? No. Bob, shut up. Oh wow. Eva might have had an unfair advantage for that one there. Oh god. I can't take that away from you. 3 dislikes, wow. Right, anyway, the answers. So, number 1 was the Polar Express from the Polar Express, but typing it twice seemed a bit silly, so I did not. So yes, it's basically you get 1 point for putting the Polar Express. Remember, it's a half point for the vehicle, half point for what it's from. And then there's a bonus point if you actually put the acronym in on some of them, and a bonus point for number 5, and we'll get to that. Anyway, number 2 was the Night Industries 2000s. I will accept if you've just put the number 2000, because that makes sense. From Knight Rider. Interestingly, I could have been a bastard and I could have put the remake of Knight Rider from the modern one, in which case anyone putting 2000 would have been incorrect and it would have been 3000. But I feel like the new one was kind of just a black Ford Mustang and it wasn't quite as iconic as the original thing. Anyway, question 3. Was the TARDIS the time and relative dimension in space from Doctor Who? There's your bonus point, and then it's a half point for TARDIS and it's a half point for Doctor Who. I didn't lay that out particularly usefully. However, yes. Number 4, the Yellow Submarine, the Beatles. Yeah, so it's the cover art from the Yellow Submarine, the album from the Beatles, also the song. Turns out Eva actually has this as a mat underneath her keyboard, which could not have turned out more conveniently. That's honestly hilarious. The odds of that, I honestly did not expect. Oh, it's a poster then. Close enough, okay? All I saw was a keyboard and, a yellow submarine. I don't know what you're moaning about. You got the answer correct. You can already lord that over Liam. Right, number 5. It was the Megazord from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the original series. You do get the half point for Power Rangers. If you put Mighty Morphin as well as Power Rangers, that's the extra bonus point. So half a point for Megazord, half a point for Power Rangers, an extra bonus point if you put Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Such a good theme song. I miss the days when kids' programs had rock music for their theme songs. And just like guitar riffs. That was great. Anyway, number 6. It was Serenity from the dearly departed show and movie following Firefly. Yeah, gone too soon. R.I.P. Anyway, number 7. I've just realised you could really have that answer either way round. But, oh well. It's half point either way would you put them. Anyway, 7. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang from the movie of the same name. Either for reference, this is what I went, oh, honey, when you put car as the answer. Because who doesn't know Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? I will shame you for that. Number 8. It was London, or I will have generically Traction City from the Mortal Engines book series. They also made a movie out of it. However, I could not find for the life of me a recognizable photo on the internet from that movie that actually looks like what it was. So I would accept either London or Traction City for the first half point, and the Mortal Engines for the second half point. That one I really did not expect many people or anyone to get, really, but they are great books. Justice for Brum. You keep saying that, Liam. Not Liam, but I'm so used to moaning about Liam. You keep saying that, Bob, but it doesn't change anything. Number 9. It was the Shield helicarrier from Marvel. If you put Avengers Assemble, also perfectly fine. Technically, you could also have Age of Ultron because it was in that film as well. But yeah, just Shield helicarrier from Marvel because it could have been the one from the magazines and the comics. But yes, anything that relates to Marvel for the second half point. You could also have just had a helicarrier for the first half point as well. You didn't need the shield parts. I do find it weird that it's like one of the only ships in the world not to have actually had a name. It was in Avengers Assemble because, or is it just called Avengers? I honestly don't recall if there was a cartoon called or any animation called Avengers Assemble. The 2012 film, was it just Avengers or was it Avengers Assemble? But regardless, it was definitely in the 2012 film. A lot of the film took place on that carrier. Oh god, more typing. Okay, so I'm not going insane. It was Avengers Assemble. Thank you, Alex. Yeah, that's true. Very old. Was it a police show? Or detectives? It was something like that. There's some nice motors in it. Yeah. Okay, Bob. Okay. Question 10. It was the Black Pearl from Pirates of the Caribbean. I love his hat. Honor Blackman. What else was she in? I recognise that name. Anyway, yes. So the Polar Express, the Night Industries 2000, Kit, Knight Rider, the Time and Relative Dimension in Space, TARDIS, Doctor Who, the Yellow Submarine from the Yellow Submarine, the Beatles, the Megazord from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Serenity from Firefly, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang of the same name, and London and or Traction City from Mortal Engines, the Shield helicarrier from Marvel, and the Black Pearl from Pirates of the Caribbean. Right, start tallying scores. Alex, I'm afraid I don't understand that GIF for the number. Is that... Actually, I think you just got every point. So... Oh, almost. Oh, okay. I don't watch Stranger Things. I didn't get that reference. Okay, that works. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, 18-1. I did just give your score away. That was. Oh god, the return of the interrobang. Which I am going to maintain means fucking the information out of someone, also known as a honey trap. Right. And finally, to everyone's favourite round. Music! Right. I'll give everyone a moment to either mute whoever they're with or just prepare themselves mentally and emotionally for the music round. Which, just in case anyone missed, it is not in fact 42 points. It is only 10. I am not quite as cruel as Bub and Ellie would be. And I fully expect them to do probably a 6-point music round at some point. 6 point per answer. Where they'll give you a point for the song, the artist, the album, the year of release, its place in the charts, and the exact amount of syllables pronounced during the singing. I do have a birthday coming up, and if you bring anything other than whiskey and bad jokes, I'm going to be annoyed. You know, sometimes I regret speaking. I feel like it never gets me anywhere in life, and the potential influence it might have just given. Oh yes, first lyric. I like first lyric more than I like place in the charts. Bub, listen to Alex. Anyway, assuming you've all had a moment to get yourselves prepared, we shall start the music rounds. Number 2. God, I love that song. Number 3.
How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man?
Number 4. Number 5. Number 6.
Murky, Lie. My brothers don't die, we just rusty bark. I tell your girl to link me at the coffee shop.
Number 7. Like I said, Liam and Eva, if you don't do well on this round, there's nothing more I can do for you. I'm really sorry. That was number 7, wasn't it? So number 8.
I still dream of walking on. I wake up crying. You're making rain.
Liam, somehow I don't believe you. Anyway, number 9. And that was number 9. Right. I shall... There you go. Ah. Right. Let's go through all of those again, and then one more time, and then anyone that wants repeats of any of them, we'll go back through. Right. So number 1. I said number 1. There we go.
Yeah.
Number 2. Number 3. Why do I seem to struggle with clicking it? Honestly. There we go.
How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man?
Number 4. Number 5. Number 6.
Murky. Lie. My brothers don't die, we just rusty bark. I tell your girl to link me at the coffee shop.
Number 7. Number 8.
I still dream of walking on. I wake up crying. You're making rain.
Number 9. Number 9 again, because I like it. Right. Does anyone want anything specific playing again? We have requests for number 9 again, which I feel like might be okay. Seeing as I know you already know what number 9 is, Liam and Eva, I'm going to go back to number 1.
Yeah. Take it.
Oh god, reading some of these answers is fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Right, I think I need 2 more teams' answers. And does anyone need anything else? Number 1 again. Lovely.
Yeah. Take it.
Nat, you might have struggled with this round, but you gave some class answers, honestly. Right. Right. I've got all the teams' answers in. I hope everyone's happy with their answers. If not, scream loudly and clearly. But we shall move on to the answers. So, before we do that, one last time. It concerns me mildly that there were not many people asking for different songs to be played again, because it tells me either people knew the answers or did not know them so completely. Anyway, answers for round 4. So you get half a point each for the artist and the song title. Eva, I'm afraid the beat's never going to drop, because for legal reasons I cannot keep playing these things on YouTube over a stream, otherwise I might get, I don't know, sued. I don't know, it moaned when I started playing the Trollolol song for too long. Anyway, number 1 was H and AJ Tracy, Rain. I will accept either H or AJ Tracy on their own for the artist because, to be honest, that's good enough. If you put Rain, once again, there's not much more to say about that. The answer to the name of the song was Rain. Alright. Number 2, the Red Hot Chili Peppers with Snow. Hey Oh, also. Yeah, excellent song. Number 3, Bob Dylan was Blowing in the Wind. Yeah. Number 4, it was the Scorpions with Rock You Like a Hurricane. I misspelt hurricane. That's embarrassing. So, once again, it's Scorpions with Rock You Like a Hurricane. However, I am feeling lenient. I will let you have the correct spelling of hurricane. Number 5 was the Beatles with Here Comes the Sun. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I have a recurring theme where if I need some old music that I hope everyone's going to recognise, I choose the Beatles. Because they're the Beatles. Number 6 was Stormzy with Vossi Bop. I did actually leave the name of the song in there. I just assumed that because I had no fucking clue what Vossi Bop means, no one else would guess it was the name of the song title unless they knew it. Because what the fuck does Vossi Bop mean? Please post your answers in chat. Number 7, AC/DC, Thunderstruck. Yeah. Number 8 was Kate Bush, Cloud Busting. Honestly, Kate Bush is now on my Spotify listening history, and it's kind of confusing because it's a bit of a standout. But yeah, Cloud Busting. And number 9, Darude Sandstorm. Because Darude Sandstorm. Thank you, Liam. And number 10, of course, the link was weather. If you had anything that basically means the same thing, that's more than enough as a link. Okay. So yeah, if everyone would like to tally up their scores. Do you get half a point for number 1? Alex, yeah, Nikki, you can have half a point for yeah, you can have half a point for that, Rain. Either you couldn't get 16 this round. Ah, there we go. 16. Yeah. Thought you were just trying to pull a fast one with your score for a moment. I mean, I could call you guys out evenly, but to be fair, your score was going to be the first one I read out anyway. You know what, Liam? Actually, I will give you a bonus point because you know why? Because that puts you on 17 points and a dream. See, I think I said this last time, but my criteria for these quizzes is can I get 17 points in the dream to 17 points? That is my one in total goal for running these things. Well done, the Big P. That's an excellent score from that last round there. Sure you did, Liam. Sure you did. I think it's just natural I haven't put down. Oh, that was a close one. Right. Okay, also, hashtag cancel Callum is never going to trend because no one's going to care for that. That was the final round, and you have sent in your total scores. Right. I mean, you can call me a total failure for, you guys not getting to 17 on your own. However, then think about the fact you did not get to 17. Also, Liam, hashtag cancel Callum repeated over and over does not mean it's trending. You've just put the same word in the same message multiple times. Thank you for being very helpful, Bob and Ellie. You've ruined the surprise for yourselves, of course, but that does make it easier for me as well. Let me just double check that I've got the same ones written down. I do. No, Ellie, you have got it right. I was writing it down on paper as opposed to on the Discord scoring now, just because I like paper and pens. Yeah. All right. If people would like to join the quiz hubs, I'll obviously keep the stream going for while we read out the scores, just so everyone that's not on Discord. Right. So, with an honorary point, and just to get them to that finishing line there, with 17 points, 17 points and a dream. In 5th place, with 20 points, was Team Nacho. In 4th was the Wellingtons with 23.5. Well done, Babinelli. In 3rd, who making a fantastic comeback in the later rounds actually, was the Big P with 24.5 points. Which, congratulations, guys, because you struggled in the first round a lot, but you made up almost all of the points you could have in the later rounds. And in 2nd place, and just to confirm, 1st place, there was a half point in it again. So 2nd place was 31 points, and our drinking team has a quiz problem. And as has become a habit now, in 1st place with 31.5 points, it ain't easy being wheezy. So congratulations, guys. You've taken it again.
So close.
Oh, it was so close, mate. Oh,
I know.
Oh, God. Yes, Liam, it was definitely close for you.
If I hadn't changed Alex's answer for how old the dog was, that would have been it. That was the point. God.
Right, to everyone still on stream, thank you very much for playing. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I'm sorry I am me.
It was good, Callum. Thank you.
We were totally screwed by the music round.
Yep.
Everyone have enjoyed the rest of your quarantine until next week.